The Clone Wars was what shaped Anakin Skywalker into the Sith Lord we all know and fear, and so it was of course only natural that Anakin's inner dark side would incrementally show itself throughout the amazing TV show we've all come to know and love. With that said, these dark-sided Anakin moments were some of the best the show had to offer, and in any respect were quite chilling. In this video, we'll of course be looking at the 5 best. This first one is a perfect example of why you just don't tempt fate. In this scene, Tal Merrick, the traitorous senator from the planet of Kal Vala, was attempting to escape the Coronet with Duchess Satine of Mandalore as a hostage, only for her to eventually take his blaster. Caught between her and Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber, Merrick decided to taunt the pair, as whoever killed him would either be a hypocrite or a murderer. What he wasn't counting on though, was that Anakin was right behind him and didn't have a pacifist bone in his body.
Come on then. Who will strike first and brand themselves a cold-blooded killer?
Anakin. What? He was gonna blow up the ship.
This scene isn't really as chilling for the content as it is for the foreshadowing. The music and the context very much emphasize the viewer's knowledge that Anakin will become Darth Vader, and the rather oblivious look on his face after the fact only adds to the dark nature of the scene. Up next, we see Anakin visibly in a state of rage after witnessing Obi-Wan's apparent murder at the hands of Rocco Hardeen. He activates a lightsaber to get everyone's attention and demands to be directed to Hardeen. The sheer hatred of Hardeen he displays is clearly visible, and it doesn't exactly help the assassin when he tells Anakin to go away because he already killed the Jedi that day.
He's drunk. Get up, you filth! If it was up to me, I would kill you right here! But lucky for you, the man you murdered would rather see you rot in jail. Now let's go, you coward, before I change my mind.
Anakin isn't holding back in this clip. He makes it clear that if he could, he absolutely would have killed Hardeen on the spot, and doesn't bother masking his anger and hate even a little. And Ahsoka herself even seems visibly disturbed throughout the sequence. Now, I don't know about you all, but I found this next bit to be extremely satisfying when I first saw it. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's actually quite uncomfortable when you dig deep into it, as Anakin's dark side and controlling nature is not only showing, but clearly so, and it manifests itself in an almost disturbing attitude. Did I say Anakin was angry for the last clip? Because this scene makes threatening to kill a bounty hunter look tame.
Clovis, no.
Get away from her!
Both of you, stop this!
You don't have a say in this. Is that all you got?
You should accept that the Senator has other interests than you.
Sorry.
Senator Amidala, is everything okay in there?
No.
Firstly, Anakin getting in a fistfight with Rush Clovis is absolutely the Star Wars sequence that we never knew we wanted. But more importantly, the raw fury that Anakin displays is borderline terrifying. I mean, he isn't holding back at all. He force chokes Clovis, throws him into a table, lets loose with metal fist, and shows zero mercy until the end, all while shouting at both Clovis and Padme over the Imperial March in the background. We all know Anakin doesn't like slavers. He hates the concept of slavery almost as much as Sand. Naturally then, when he came into contact with the Zygerrians during the Slaves of the Republic arc, we could expect a bit of unhappiness. But even for those of us who have read into the original comic version and knew who the Zygerrians were, I think we still weren't prepared for Anakin to go this far.
Master Kenobi, come to the tower. We will negotiate terms for surrender.
Well, that was easy.
Zygerrian scum! I'll handle that slaver.
I don't think it's humanly possible to put more hatred than that into your voice. The way Anakin just says Zygerrian scum is chilling, and his overall reaction was both unexpected and alarming. It's not entirely uncalled for, but as the soundtrack reminds us, this is part of what drove him to become one of the most feared Sith Lords of all time. That being said, the Zygerrians are scumbags, and the brutal kills that Anakin nonchalantly pulls off later in the arc are completely and utterly satisfying. And I have, of course, saved the best till last. This was the first real moment in the show where Anakin lost control, but it's honestly still the most powerful, even just for its unexpectedly dark nature. Anakin is already pretty livid to begin with, considering that his Padawan's life is in danger, and so when Poggle the Lesser refuses to cooperate with his interrogation, he decides drastic measures are called for.
I don't need mind tricks to get you to talk.
I will never talk, Jedi.
We'll see about that, Poggle.
Though the impact of this scene is lessened a bit from what it was when the episode aired in light of the more dark-sided moments, it's still very powerful. When the series started, Anakin choking people was something you'd never expect. But then this happened, and the show took on a much different tone for really the first time. It's just such a great scene, and I'm sure Poggle will never try to resist Jedi interrogation again. And that pretty much sums up this video. So what do you think? Did we miss any good ones? There are many more moments like this in the show, and so many others in the expanded universe works as well, so who knows, if you guys like this, we might make a part 2. Just make sure you let me know below what your favourite dark-sided moment for Anakin was, whether it be from the Clone Wars or any other works in the Star Wars universe. Anyways guys, as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. But wait, just before you go, make sure you chuck the Geetsly's official Instagram a follow because we've revamped the whole page and I've started off the first post with the good old classic face reveal. So if you want to know the face behind the voice, then make sure you go check out the account. And if you want to prep yourself for some awesome upcoming Star Wars content, polls, news, all that fun stuff, then that is the page to go to.